Who'd ever thought that Team Spirit would finish last at IEM 2024? They are actually one of the favorites to win it all. They lost in dominant fashion against Mongols and G2 0-2-0-2, and Donk had the worst performance for Team Spirit of his career with a 0.85 rating. I'll be reviewing Donk's demo against G2 on Mirage, where Team Spirit lost 13-1, and this might be his worst game ever on Team Spirit, where he had 4 frags, 13 deaths, 36 ADR, and a 0.39 HLTV rating. Before I analyze this demo, here's a quick word from today's sponsor, SkinPlace. SkinPlace is a platform where you can sell your CS2 skins instantly and quickly withdraw your money. All you need to do is log in Steam, select the skins you want to sell, pick your cash out method from all these different options, then click receive money, and in a couple of seconds you get your payment in your account. Don't forget to use code NART to get an extra 3% when selling your skins. Use the link in the description to sell your skins now. This is kind of crazy that his worst performance ever comes on the map of Mirage, one of his favorite and best maps of all time. He is a demon on this map. Let's see, he plays up close with dualies, which is a really good spot. And wow, m0NESY instantly clears him out. Look at this. m0NESY is going to do an insane flick where he spots a CT and then he flicks onto Donk. I don't think Donk even shot a bullet. This is crazy. Let's go and take a look. Yeah, Donk did not even fire. What the heck? All right, so we've got the pistol round loss into a forced by second round. Team Spirit's a team that sometimes forces, sometimes they full eco. And we've got the A stack here with 4 players. And you'll see that G2 are going to come out with the majority of ramp with 1 palace, and then Snacks is spotted here mid, and you'll see that the top connector smoke comes through, his teammates fall, and Donk for whatever reason is going to push inside connector here, which Snacks could have been, and his attention is gone from mid for some reason, and Snacks is flanking him. So I'm not sure, that was just a bad play from Donk. Like, he should have been aware that Snacks could have been here still, and that his teammates don't have their eyes on mid. So this is where Donk gets his first frag. He is going to spot Hunter's leg and hits a nice headshot. So then you're going to see that they're going to gamble here. Him and who is it? Zontix go towards CT, jump spots, and then the 4th player here, Magix, says that there's a lot of presence towards B, so him and Zontix are just going to gamble here back towards B and rotate. However, in the meantime, G2 make their way back up connector, and Zontix heard that, so he pulls Donk back over, and you'll see that Donk just misses his shot. He did have an opportunity here to definitely land a headshot, but he would have been instantly traded. So there we go, missed shot. First buy round, what are we going to do, Team Spirit? If you guys don't know, Donk is usually towards the connector mid area. Sometimes he'll be placed into A. So we got Chopper and Donk pushing and clearing out ramp. They don't see anybody. You can see that G2's all 5 towards B and slash mid. So they could have definitely pushed that, and Donk definitely could have traded out Chopper, knowing that G2 are going for mid control. So if anything, there would be only 1 player towards the extremities, so either towards Palace or towards ramp. And now we've got a retake playing for mid defense here from Spirit. G2 are still towards mid. They finally throw the top con smoke, take it deeper mid control. Here we're going to see that Chopper and Donk are going to push through the con smoke. However, you see there that since Chopper pushed before Donk, he drew the attention of G2. When Donk actually pushed through, he gets met with m0NESY's timing here. So let me show you a better view here. So if Donk had pushed at the same time as Chopper, it would have been a different result. You can see that these 2 players were looking away. Team Spirit lost that last round, but they're able to manage to force out another buy here. So we've got the second buy round. They're coming off a timeout, so let's see what they choose to do. We know that Donk here is a specialist towards mid. He's a very aggressive player. Teams have a lot of data on him. You know, when he first came onto the scene on Team Spirit, on Mirage CT Side, I've watched a couple of demos, did a demo review on him earlier. He would play super aggressive, take these crazy aim duels, run it up mid. Like mid round, he'll come out and peek underpass, which you'll see here. Him and Zontix are actually going to get info after the smoke fades, as G2 will go for mid control late into the round. But it's a sense in like, what do you do, when you're Donk? Teams have this data, teams know how you play, so you definitely have to switch it up a bit. So we'll see during this game what he does. I skipped the last round because G2 did an early B pop, which involved Spirit saving, and Donk was towards mid, so you didn't really see anything. He didn't get any frags, and you'll see that in this round, he has 13 bullets left after spraying the top mid smoke, which comes into play here as G2 come out A, so they do A site smokes, and he only has 13 bullets. And pay attention as he misses the first couple shots onto mobs crossing in the site. Now he's down to 0 bullets. Had he had a full chamber, he potentially could have gotten mobs, as well as couldn't have gotten Nico. So Nico is going to cross, and when the smoke breaks again, if he had more bullets, his teammates wouldn't have had to take care of Nico and could have gotten Hunter instead, who came through that smoke. So definitely a mistake by Donk, who missed his shot onto mobs early on and also didn't have enough bullets to take him out. Spirit lost that last round. They're still on full round losing bonus, and we are 8 rounds in. Donk only has 2 frags. One of them was that Deagle eco frag, so not a lot of impact so far. He's got the best mid spawn, and we know with the best mid spawn, he will usually take it to rush up mid or peek mid, but here he's going to fast jump cat. And we see G2 do the perfect counter to this. So if you come out fast mid on T side Mirage, this is every player's worst nightmare if you're jumping fast cat. So definitely not Donk's fault on this round that he tried to make an aggressive play like this to fight for mid early on. But he's met with a lot of players here as he got caught jumping. So not everybody else is doing so hot on the Team Spirit squad right now besides Donk. And that can be an issue because, how heavily do you have to rely on Donk to win? We need other players like Zontex and Shiro to step up when Donk is not having a good game. So that's his 3rd frag there. Insane shot onto Snacks. We know that Donk is one of the best aimers in the game. You get a Deagle onto him, he can make rounds happen. So with him not doing so well at this tournament, as well as 2 tournaments ago at the Esports World Cup, where I think his rating was a 1.04, being only 17 years old and being in contention as one of the top players in the world, especially as a rifler, is insane against Zaiwu and Monasi. So, by having this bad tournament here, he's definitely probably went from, I don't know where he was, where you guys would say he's at, but he's probably in 3rd place right now. But we'll see how he can close out the second half of the season. Despite his struggles in this second half. And speaking of, I want to give a shout out to Hunter. He had an abysmal series. As you'll see, he's going to delete Donk. He had like a 1.78 rating against Spirit. Jungle is a very tricky but good position to play. You could see you could hold 3 positions. You could hold Palace, you could hold Connector, you could hold Window, but at the wrong timing of each, if you're not, putting yourself at like a wall, for instance, and cutting off these other views, then you can get spotted from a different position if you're not ready for it. But here you see just Donk is, takes attention off Palace because of the attention towards Connector, and when he turns around, he has to redirect his crosshair into Hunter, which he does miss like the first 4 or 5 shots, and then dinks up Hunter, but it's way too late now. Oof, 1-9. That is not good. And we know that Spirit's atmosphere and environment is not good. Donk, you see Donk is the one trying to cheer them up, but everyone else is so down and gloomy. But anyways, Donk makes the same jump early on, and no one from G2 comes out mid compared to a couple rounds ago where 5 players came out fast mid. They set up with this top low setup where Zontex is watching top mid, Donk is watching underpass with these off angles. This is to contest the mid to late mid control from the T's. It's a very good setup, but G2 are not going to go for that. G2 are actually going to come out A, and one of Donk's favorite play when teams come out A is he'll actually swing out either top stairs or towards the bench side. And G2 know this, So watch what happens. Monty's in the back watching for this peek. And the mistake made here was that Shiro should have peeked first or with Donk. So you'll see that he peeks very delayed and he isn't able to capitalize. And let's just take a look at Monty's POV. So here he is just watching, waiting for Donk. Now had Shiro peeked up, maybe Monty goes for that flick and misses, then Donk could have swung out. So definitely a mistake on Team Spirit's part. All right, so it's the last round and a half. Where are we sitting here? 3 and 10. ADR is 41. Donk is going to take the best A spawn to jump into Palace. So let's recall how many aggressive takes did he have so far. So we've got that one. You saw him jump fast cat twice. You saw him on the first buy round go into a ramp with Chopper. So that's 4 times. He didn't really run it up mid or jump out a window, which is one of his favorite plays. So you can see they tried, to set him up with different types of looks to keep the opponents off guard instead of him doing the usual same play that he does. And I'm rewinding this round here because he stutters for half a second, which causes the movement here to be like he tries to move backwards. That's how Nico swung and caught him. So he didn't have time to counter strafe and react right here. Boom. All right, so second half, we've got 3 and 11 from the first half score. Let's see what he is able to do on the second half. So Spirit are going to do a B split, smoking off connector and window. 2 players are going to go up cat. 3 players are going to come out apartments. And that is a frag on the snacks. That's 4. Remember, he only has 4 frags this game. And yeah, that is rough. We gotta spin that back. He outlined whoever that was. Who is this? This is Hunter. Yeah, he missed like 4 or 5 shots there. That's rough. There's something about this new G2 roster that is completely decimating Donk, because out of the 5 maps, 2 of his lowest ratings ever come off the hands of G2. So G2 knows something that we don't. But guys, everyone has bad games. Individually wise, Donk in this series could not get going. He did not have any rounds where he was able to multi-frag, and there was mistakes making. G2 countered him as well. So yeah, that was the worst game ever from Donk. Worst tournament ever. He'll definitely bounce back and definitely still be in contention for the #1 player of the world. What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. I'll be planning to do more demo reviews, and subscribe so you don't miss out.